Hello, my name is and I will be doing a presentation on human rights and crime. When I first started this presentation, I came across a documentary. It was basically a survey that was asked about among several people. It was one question. The question was, what is your human rights? Most people could not answer that question. Others was actually able to name a couple of human rights that we have as human beings. So with that, I decided that this presentation will be best if I make it into an educational presentation to actually know what our human rights are. The points of interest for this presentation, we are going to be talking about the definition of human rights, the history of human rights, what is the purpose of human rights, the violation of human rights, innocent until proven guilty, and last but not least, we are going to be learning our 30 basic human rights that we all have as human beings. What are human rights? Human rights are the rights that all human beings have, no matter what nationality, place of residence, sex, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, language, or any other status. Everybody in the world has human rights. Some people know them, some people don't. Human rights are very important to actually know and know them by name, by definition, and what we have. We all have them there for a reason, and we need to use them. Let's talk some history. Human rights have been around since 539 BC. The spread of human rights started with several documents asserting each individual right. The Magna Carta, Petition of Right, the U.S. Constitution, the U.S. Bill of Rights, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Magna Carta was written in the year of 1215, also known as the Great Charter, was the most significant influence that led to the rule of constitutional law today. The Magna Carta stated that religion was to be free from governmental interference, the right to all free citizens to own and inherit property, also contained provisions forbidding bribery and unofficial misconduct. The Magna Carta is known to be a crucial turning point that helped establish freedom. The right of petition. The right of petition was written in the year of 1628, who was initiated by Sir Edward Coke. This was basically based upon earlier statutes and charters that asserted four principles. Number one, no taxes may be levied without consent of Parliament. Number two, no subject may be imprisoned without cause shown. Number three, no soldiers may be quartered upon citizenry. Number four, martial law may not be used in the time of peace. The United States Declaration of Independence. On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was approved by the United States Congress. The Declaration stressed on two themes: individual rights and the right to evolution. The Constitution of the United States of America and the Bill of Rights. During the summer of 1787, the Constitution of the United States of America was written and became the fundamental law of the U.S. federal system of government. It is one of the oldest written national constitutions that define the principles of government and their jurisdictions, and most importantly, the right of citizens. With the Constitution of the United States came the 10 Amendments to the Constitution, also known as the Bill of Rights. This came into effect on December of 1791. The Bill of Rights protects freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and the freedom of petition. All in all, it came up to one special document that helped assert our human rights. This document is called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the chair of the United Nations Commission, wrote the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. This declaration stated that the United Nations was to bring peace to all the nations in the world. This special document declares the right that everyone in the entire world should have human rights. There are a total of 30 human rights listed on the document. We will list each one individual later in this presentation. What is the purpose of human rights? Human rights is an aspect of empowerment and do not just benefit those who hold them. These rights are generally there to prevent negative from occurring. Our main goal of human rights is to exercise one's right if not being treated in a dignified and humane manner. We as people have the right the right living in this beautiful land we call the United States of America. Most people define rights as a privilege, but in fact they are not a privilege. A right cannot be taken away, whereas a privilege can be. Violating human rights. What does it mean to violate a human right? Violating a human right is a crime. So now there's near universal consensus that all individuals are entitled to certain basic rights under any circumstance. These include several liberties and political rights, and the most fundamental, which is the right to live and the right to physical safety. Human rights are the articulation of the need for justice, tolerance, mutual respect, and humane dignity in what we do in all of our activities. Speaking of rights allows us to express the idea that all individuals are part of the scope of moral and justice. The most basic violation of human rights is to deny people their fundamental moral entitlements. Through the years, there have been laws passed that prohibits various of crimes against humanity. These laws protect human rights to ensure that all people receive, to some degree, a decent human right treatment. Innocent until proven guilty. When a person is charged with a crime, this does not mean that they are guilty. Human rights have given people the right to a fair trial, and there are a number of laws that helps prevent miscarriages of justice. Everyone has a number of rights when applicable and when put into custody. Even after a person has done their time in prison for a crime, when they are back in society, they are still entitled to the same rights that we have. Let's learn our 30 basic human rights. There's a number of human rights that we as citizens have in the U.S. Number 1 being, we are all free and equal. Number 2, don't discriminate. Number 3, the right to life. Number 4, no slavery. Number 5, no torture. Number 6, we all have the same right to use the law. Number 7, we are all protected by the law, and the law is the same for everyone. Number 8, fair treatment by fair courts. Number 9, no unfair detainment. Number 10, the right to trial. Number 11, the innocent until proven guilty. Number 12, the right to privacy. Number 13, freedom to move. Number 14, the right to asylum. Number 15, the right to nationality. Number 16, marriage and family. Number 17, freedom of thought. Number 18, the right to educate. Number 19, the right to democracy. Number 20, the right to play. 21, the right to seek a safe place to live. Number 22, responsibility. Number 23, social security. Number 24, workers' right. Number 25, food and shelter for all. Number 26, copyright. Number 27, a fair and free world. Number 28, the right to public assembly. Number 29, the right to own things. And last but not least, the most important right that we all have is that nobody can take these rights away from us. This concludes our presentation on human rights and crime. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a couple of new things about our human rights. Thank you all for listening, and have a great day.